So for those of you who have not played raid number 4 yet, there are going to be some spoilers within this video. However, what I will say is that this is more so giving information on what is next. Vladimir Makarov, the ultranationalist, all of these things are tied together with the raids of Modern Warfare 2. For those of you who don't know, the story ended in the campaign of Modern Warfare 2, but is then continued on throughout the raids. And if anything, the raids are not necessarily an additional story to Modern Warfare 2, but more so a prequel to Modern Warfare 3 to set up the story moving forward. And in this video, that is what we are going to explain. How Makarov is going to fit in, how the end of Modern Warfare 2 fits in with the raid, and everything in between, including, of course, Hadir, and whether or not he is Khalid al-Assad. We'll get into that at the end of the video, but first, I gotta give you the background information, and then we can get to the ending explained. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So first off, we need to start off with the end of the campaign. Essentially, two major things happen by the end. Hassan Ziani is assassinated by Task Force 141, and his plans are therefore thwarted. But after that, we are then introduced to the next big bad guy within the Modern Warfare universe. And this is, of course, Vladimir Makarov.
Who is he?
Makarov.
Now this is then amplified in the post-credit scene where we can see on an airplane we have some what appear to be Russian soldiers arming up, and by the very end we see on the cell phone the words "No Russian," an obvious callback to the Modern Warfare 2 mission and the attack in that game. So that is where we are left off at the end of the campaign. Now this is further amplified throughout the raids and the story withheld in that.
48 hours ago, goat herders in the Satik Mountains discovered an entrance to what appeared to be an abandoned bunker dug into the hillside.
So we start out in the Satik Mountains, and what we find out is that Kate Laswell sent a task force specifically led by none other than Alex, the character from Modern Warfare 2019. We find out that his full name is actually Alex Keller. However, after a short period of time, Alex goes missing. Comms cannot be heard, and there is no longer any contact between Kate Laswell and Alex whatsoever. Now, for those of you who didn't play Modern Warfare 2019, there's essentially two forces within Urzikstan. There's the Urzikstan Liberation Forces, which are led by Farah, and then we have Al-Qatala, the terrorist force. This is the one led by the Wolf within Modern Warfare 2019, and then later taken over by none other than Farah's brother, Hadir. Now, we thought we put a thwart to this problem because, one, Hassan was eliminated within the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, Hadir was taken into captivity at the end of Modern Warfare 2019, and of course, the Wolf was eliminated as well. So Kate Laswell then brings in a full group of Task Force 141, including Farah, Gaz or Kyle Garrick, and of course, Captain Price. They are sent in to find out what is going on within this bunker, as well as find out what happened with Alex. So by the end of raid number 1, we make our way and find a giant missile silo. At this point, we see some fallen Urzikstan Liberation Forces, but Alex is nowhere to be seen.
Echo 3-1, this is Kilo Actual, how copy? Echo 3-1, do you read?
Roger, this is Bravo in a blind radio check. Laswell, are you getting this? Kate?
We're too deep. No signals.
Concrete and metal. Can't send or receive.
Yeah, it's a silo, all right.
So our characters are now at the bottom of a missile silo. However, their comms are not working. They are too deep within the caves. So now their job is to get to the top of the missile silo, try to get comms and figure out what exactly is going on here. And that's essentially what happens during raid number 2 until the very end.
Fucking hell. Al-Qatala got the warhead.
Recently.
Very.
It's Alex.
Echo 3-1!
There's a lot of steel between us and you, mate.
Button, left side.
Eyes on.
Hit it.
Done.
What happened?
Had a firefight with AQ. They killed the Reef and the others.
We know. Al-Rahmel al-Rahum.
So essentially what we find out is that Alex was left alive by Hadir to send a message to his sister, saying that they need to work together and use this warhead against the enemy. Now, at this point, we don't really know what that means or who the enemy actually is. So Our next job is to track down Hadir, and within raid number 3, that's exactly what we do.
He's down. We clear?
Negative. Room's weak. High-speed fuse. Charges on the walls. We gotta move. It's locked.
There!
Fire! Check fire! Charges safe? No threat.
Drop your weapons! All of you now!
All right. Put it down.
So the season 4 cutscene kind of introduces 3 different concepts. The first of which is that Hadir is wanting to work with Task Force 141. He has found this nuclear warhead and he wants to use it against his enemies. The other kind of motif within this is forgiveness. He says that he forgives Captain Price and his sister for letting him be held captive by the Russians. If you didn't already know, he was then released by the Zakhaevs and once again leads Al-Qatala. Whether or not he is Khalid al-Assad, we will touch on at the end of the video. The third and final thing is that Captain Price, Farah, and Alex refuse to work with Hadir. Therefore, he takes them captive so he can't stop his plans. If you don't know what his plans are to use this nuclear warhead against the Russians. So we are then taken captive, and through the 4th raid, we have to track down and stop Hadir from escaping with the warhead. And by the very end, we track him down to an elevator, destroy the elevator, and he falls. And this is what happens next.
Show me your hands.
Farah, you have the warhead. Use it.
No, Hadir. No one will use it. It will be disposed of safely.
It won't stop. You have to fight them the way they fight us to win.
If we do, we've already lost.
Sister, together we can stop them like we did before.
Believe me, I will. My wife, with those I trust.
Listen to me, Farah. They are coming. Kazakhstan is in danger.
Who is coming out here?
Mama and Baba would be proud. Keep them here. Keep this.
How dare you? They have nothing to do with this.
Farah. Hadir, give us a name.
The real Russians.
Who? Who? Hadir?
He's gone.
Let's go.
So the big question from there is, who are the real Russians? And this was actually kind of answered from us by Hadir himself, or at least the voice actor, in a recent interview he did with Dan Allen Gaming, a fellow YouTuber. And this is what he had to say.
Did they tell you anything about Makarov? Because I know that is a tease for Makarov, right?
Yeah. No, not much. It was mostly Brian just like, yeah, when you say like the real Russians, like that shit's really fucking bad. And I was like, oh, like real bad? He's like, so bad. And I was like, oh, hey. So I was like,
So from here, our characters end up leaving with the warhead. Hadir is dead, and it appears as though Task Force 141's next big job, as Farah agrees to do, is deal with the real Russians, aka Vladimir Makarov. And based off of the interview we just saw, that is going to be kind of the biggest and darkest stuff we have seen yet in any of the Modern Warfare games. Now, as far as whether Hadir is Khalid al-Assad, now this is a tough one. Based off of all of the evidence we've been given, I've made many videos about this, it appears as though they were the exact same person, both freed by the Zakhaevs, working together with him, but there's some evidence that doesn't make any sense. If we go back to the original Modern Warfare trilogy, Khalid al-Assad was working with Vladimir Makarov, not against him. Now, we don't know at this point if Khalid al-Assad had been dead, but now that Hadir is, it's looking that either way, that is kind of the case. Now, I can make a whole separate video giving both sides of the evidence to this one, but it's something we'll have to dive in a much, much longer video. For now, what we know is Hadir is dead, and our next battle is with Vladimir Makarov, and I'm excited to see where that one goes with the beginning of Modern Warfare 3. We might even see at the beginning of Season 5 of Modern Warfare 2. We'll have to wait and see. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel, have notifications on. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're made